All right, friends, welcome back to our online Bible study in Matthew. This is my first time with you this time around. I'm grateful that you're a part of this, and I hope that you keep with your reading. We're getting to some really great stuff here as we, for the next 3 chapters, a handful of days, look at what's become known as the Sermon on the Mount. If you just take these words just at face value, and you don't really think about who we believe the speaker was, just alone, just the words themselves are just a staggering accomplishment in their reflection on what it means to live the good life, to be fully human. Add to that we believe that they're the very thoughts and words of the incarnate Son of God, that it is God Himself teaching us how best to live. And you put that in there also. These are words that we do well to pay attention to. So I hope that you'll read slow. I hope that you'll pray through this, maybe make some notes, and really receive, all right, what is it that Jesus is teaching me about how best to live in this world? Okay. So verse 1, seeing the crowds, he being Jesus, went up on the mountain. This is up in Galilee. And when he sat down, his disciples came to him. And he opened his mouth and taught them, saying these things. And he starts with what we come to call the Beatitudes. 9 statements about a kind of person who is blessed, followed by a for statement. So, blessed are these people for or because of this thing. Okay. The most popular way to interpret what's happening here is that these are 9, really 8, because the last 2 are paired up. 8 characteristics that we should aspire to. Some of you may have heard these referred to as the to-be attitudes, that we should seek to be poor in spirit, mourn, meek, hunger and thirst for righteousness, all those things. Could be exactly right, and I know many people who absolutely believe that's what this is. There is another way to interpret it that I think is worth considering, and one that has been very meaningful to me for a long time. I first ran across it in Dallas Willard's book, The Divine Conspiracy. So here is this argument. I just want you to consider it. The Greek word underneath blessed is makarios. It was a word that originally was used in Greek literature to describe the gods. The gods were makarios, meaning that they were blessed, it's a good way to translate it, perhaps favored, or maybe the best word is fortunate. Because the gods were fortunate, why? Because they didn't have to worry about the concerns that humans have to. They're kind of above those concerns. In time, the word begins to be used more broadly and to describe, you might imagine, the healthy and especially the wealthy. Blessed are the wealthy. Why? Well, same thing. They don't have to worry about the concerns of other people and all those things. It's people who are fortunate, blessed, favored in all of the ways that we still today think of people as being fortunate, lucky, whatever it is. So by the time you get to the 1st century and Jesus gives these Beatitudes, everybody would have heard Beatitudes at that point, either about an individual or about a group of people, probably about both. They had heard a group of people referred to as blessed, fortunate. So pair that with this. We can make a reasonable assumption about the people that are following Jesus around. If you want to kind of get this in your mind, go back and look at the last paragraph of chapter 4. These are probably kind of the down and out folks that are following Jesus around, and then that sit down with him. So maybe it's this. He sits down with a group of people who are like the poor in spirit, the kind of the down and out, who are mourning. They've lost a lot. They're meek. They kind of get trampled on. Some of them hunger and thirst for righteousness, and they're merciful and pure in heart. They're peacemakers. They're trying to do the right thing. But a lot of times in society, those people get run over. They're people who are persecuted. He's sitting down with a group of people who, think about it this way, who have never heard a beatitude about themselves. Nobody's ever looked at them and say, you're blessed. You're fortunate. And Jesus begins his ministry by looking out at these people and saying, you know what? In my kingdom, in this deal that I'm starting here, this whole thing, even the poor in spirit are blessed because they also get to inherit the kingdom. They're a part of what I'm doing. There is comfort coming for those who mourn in my kingdom. Even those who mourn are blessed. Even the meek are blessed because they'll inherit the earth. And you can go on and on. It's a metaphorical way in which, in this interpretation, Jesus is opening his arms to these people who for good reason, might have thought that God had forgotten about them, saying, no, 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 no. You're in too. In this kingdom, you're blessed. You're fortunate. Despite the current circumstances or the way that your entire life has gone, you're blessed. Or you can say it more broadly. Blessed are they, why? Blessed or blessed are they because they're right there with Jesus. And they will have what they need because they are fortunate to be sitting at his feet. If that's the case, then we could say that this whole Jesus thing, again, it's for everybody. And we could say that we can find peace and assurance in the midst of any of our circumstances, because despite anything that is around it, blessed are we because Jesus is with us. Isn't that nice? Now, it could be the other. It could be that these are things that we aspire to. And if you're going to grow by kind of interpreting it that way, go for it. But it also could be that this is Jesus, he's Sermon on the Mount, that he's leveling the field before he begins his teaching in earnest about what it means to live the good life by saying, in my kingdom, in my movement, everybody's welcome. You're blessed, despite what everybody else says about you or thinks about you. All right, I hope in some ways that's a blessing to you today. It's been a blessing to me, that interpretation for quite a while. So God bless you. Keep with your reading. And again, all of Matthew, I think that we're going to grow, but especially these chapters 5, 6, and 7. Slow down, read it, and just believe that there's something there for you that's going to help us to learn how it is that we can be men, women, teenagers, and kids who are living in the way of Jesus. God bless you. I'll see you next time.